Documentary New Zealand is powered by Jaguar.
Good evening and welcome to Documentary New Zealand. Neil Finn's place in New Zealand music is unparalleled. At 17, he joined his brother Tim Split Enz, where he had an international hit, I Got You. He then went on to form Crowded House, who topped the charts in America before bowing out with that legendary concert on the steps of the Sydney Opera House. Now, with the release of his second solo album, Finn is in a class of his own. But the man who plays the Royal Albert Hall hasn't forgotten his roots, which is why earlier this year he embarked on a New Zealand University orientation tour where he gave locals the chance to play alongside him, sharing the limelight and the stage that has become his home.
It's Tuesday morning in suburban Hamilton, but for aspiring singer Alana Page, this is no ordinary day. In 8 hours, she will share the stage with one of the country's most acclaimed recording artists. Alana is performing one of her own compositions with bandmate Dave Salmon. Together they call themselves 280Z, after the Datsun that Dave crashed into a power pole. But tonight it'll be a Neil Finn song that Alana will be singing it with the man who wrote it.
Vocal zones, I must. Our demo, to give to Neil Finn personally, and his book. Woohoo!
Neil Finn has embarked on a tour which will see him creating a new band from scratch in each town he plays. It's the first day of the tour and Neil has arrived at Canterbury University where he'll meet the first group of strangers who will become his band.
Well, as promised, I have a very special guest in the studio, Neil Finn. Glad you could join us this afternoon.
Thank you, Glenn. It's nice to be here.
It must be a bit nerve-wracking.
No, but it'll be good. You know, it's the kind of... since I've become solo, I've decided to embrace all the diversity of what goes on out there, and so this is just an opportunity to set the cat amongst the pigeons and, you know, stand back and watch what happens.
The first stop is a university radio station. In anticipation of his arrival, a local band have recorded their own version of one of his songs, 4 Seasons in One Day, which has just been added to the station's playlist.
Come on, to the chorus. All right. Shall I introduce myself or just say? Just say
it. People know your voice.
Even when you're feeling warm, the temperature could drop away. But Meg, you're my 4 seasons in one day.
Perfect.
Sean, is it S-E-A-N?
S-H-A-U-N.
So looking forward to it.
Hey, Stefan, is that? Yes. How are you? Just heard your rendition of 4 Seasons.
Yeah, Margaret just told me.
That was weird. Yeah, really good. So yeah, we're going to basically attempt to make this as sort of effortless and relaxed as possible. There's no attempt to, you know, really put anybody through their paces other than to find out what you do and try and work it in, if we can. There was a really good piano player in Christchurch who only just made the cut. Apparently he got called at the last minute, Simon.
What I submitted on the CD was me playing the piano part
that's all right. It'll come to you in a second.
It'll come to me in a second.
No, that's all right.
I tried whistling this.
I forget them too.
It was kind of...
He'd got together some 3/4 waltz time version of I Got You, which he played me and was quite keen for me to do that night with him, but it meant relearning the entire song really. But that was impressive that somebody made that kind of effort. This is not going to be that easy.
Now you come here too.
So you're big Neil Finn fans?
the hugest.
If you could think of the person that you want to meet the most in the whole world, Neil Finn is that for him. For me, it's not him. But, you know, it's nice to meet you still. No, it is. It's awesome.
So who is it for you?
Probably...
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton, yeah. No, probably... I'm not really into, like, I'm really into Jewel, but I feel like I don't really need to meet her. I've got her albums, and I probably don't want to meet her. We were sort of a bit scared about meeting Neil because he could turn around and just be an asshole or a wanker, and your whole dream's crushed. But he wasn't. No. And we didn't expect him to be because we've got all of these books, and you just know that he's not going to be a dick.
So how big is your Neil Finn collection?
All of the Crowded House albums, and I've got an advanced listening copy of Try Whistling This. And I haven't got his new album yet, but I'm going to get it.
And thanks to the Warehouse, all of the old Split Enz albums for $6.99.
So you know quite a few of the songs?
Yeah, I've been playing for like 3 or 4 years in covers bands.
Right, okay. Yeah. Have you, well, that would probably work quite well, yeah.
Yes. As long as it's been nice, things like that.
Know any other songs? Crowded House or Split Enz?
Crowded House, I downloaded them all off Napster just before it shut down or nearly went down.
Good on you, but did you actually run through any of them yourself?
Yeah, Together Alone's probably my favourite album of his. I love that album. And I shot a video out at Kerry Kerry where most of it was recorded apparently once. And just really like all the songs on that album.
Yes, most definitely.
No worries, don't have to play any more?
I appreciate it because it's real music. It's not like all this electronic stuff these days. I mean, it's probably got a little bit in it, but, you know, it's all very real music.
We're thinking of Fall at Your Feet for our wedding song because it's just like so beautiful. But we were sort of planning on coming and sitting around and waiting for hours and going, is that him? Is that him? Oh my God, what are we going to say? What if I wet my pants? And it's too exciting. And we pulled up and he went, there he is. And I went,
I don't suppose Neil does weddings, does he?
Yeah. How much do you charge for a wedding, Neil?
800.
Yeah, that's around our budget.
I have played in covers bands before. We played in a band called Eclipse in between 94 and 96, which did mainly Pink Floyd covers and all that sort of stuff.
In the few hours left before showtime, Finn and his new band slowly begin to take shape. And as the crowd gathers, it's clear that tonight's show will be a sellout.
Good evening, Christchurch. It's a big journey we're on tonight.
You guys looking for beer?
Backstage, the band members are nervously searching for a little Dutch courage before they hit the stage.
Amazing. I've never had an experience like this on stage ever.
Thank you.
You love it, Neil?
Very intense. It was awesome. Yeah, it was incredible. Thank you. Thank you, chaps. Excellent work. Good stuff.
Thanks for the opportunity, man. Yep.
Yeah. So you've got a little cheering squad out there now.
With the show over, it's time for the Christchurch band to enjoy another facet of the music industry as TV crews seek out sound bites for the evening news.
I mean, the fact that he let everybody play too was a big, that was a big plus.
It was great fun. Excellent.
Not very often a chance like that comes along.
Simon. Yeah. So how do you feel now? You look a bit nervous.
A bit nervous.
You got the shakes or anything, or can you believe that? Is the adrenaline running?
Yeah, but yep. Yeah.
We're here. Founders Theatre, where I performed many a rock quest. Cool place. Whew. Nerves are starting to kick in now. I'm gonna meet your Finn.
It's 1:30 in the afternoon and Alana and Dave arrive at Hamilton's Founders Theatre to begin the preparations for tonight's show. Meanwhile, we rejoin the tour in the South Island.
I don't pretend to know what you want.
The last last time a local act packed out Dunedin's Town Hall was when Neil's brother Tim, along with Beck Runger and Dave Dobbin, played there 6 months ago. Neil is hoping for his own sellout show, but first he has to meet a bunch of strangers and turn them into a band.
Having just come back from England, where I had 3 strangers get up on stage who are all amazing, playing guitar and singing and keyboards. And it occurred to me that now a lot of those songs, a lot of the older songs, have reached a kind of point where they're a little bit like folk music and they get played at parties and people learn them when they're learning to play acoustics. And there's something really great about them living in that domain and not trying to present them as the old band would have, trying to recreate Crowded House or Split Enz.
He's a legend, and a chance to play with him was just, personally for me, a mind-blowing prospect.
Also, I do think if you're playing sort of some of the songs, because we all play in bands, if you're playing some of the songs sort of every night when you go out there, it's good to be able to sort of jump up and play it with the guy that's actually written it, a New Zealand legend.
Do I have to answer this?
No, don't have to, no, not at all.
You play electric or acoustic?
I can do both, yeah.
And you sing, what's your voice? You've got a high voice or?
I can do much stuff.
Right, okay, cool. I don't mind where you play it, as long as you play the right chords, it's fine. Yeah, anywhere's fine. Are you going to play piano on this one?
If you want.
Or did you work something out for it?
Oh yeah, I know the chords and stuff.
Okay, just don't play too much. It's what I say. There's no keyboards on the record.
Like most of the musicians assembled, drummer Mark Reed was selected based on his skill as well as his knowledge of Neil's back catalogue.
Do you think he's lost it since Crowded House?
No.
For nearly 5 hours, Neil assesses the talent and runs through the set list. But as showtime approaches, the man known for his perfectionist sensibility is understandably nervous. Backstage, he considers the shape of the band with assistant John Walsh.
Tricky today.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky today.
And not as high as standard actually today.
Yes, I thought that keyboard player was alright. Hayden.
It'll be okay. It'll work out, but just not. There's not like. There won't be the same assuredness that there was on a few of them last time. They reckon there was close to 3,000 people in the town hall there. And they were really up for it right from the beginning. They were out to have a big party, and it was all, I mean, as Dunedin is that kind of town, I suppose, at orientation particularly. But I loved looking out and seeing all these people who weren't, as I said, weren't probably born when I was singing half these songs, and they were singing along and digging it, and, you know, proof yet again that there's no such thing as a generation gap.
Who remembers the 70s?
Yeah, that looks excellent. That's so organised.
Do you want me to tape it or just...
Yeah, might as well tape
it so you can read it from there, yeah.
So how's the vibe in the dressing room? Is it... Everybody's feeling good?
All good.
Yeah? Good. Oh, it'll be a breeze. This afternoon was the hard work. That was the kind of, you know, having to remember everything. And tonight you'll just go on the energy of it all.
As the final set lists are drawn up, it's clear that everyone will get a chance to play. And while the band are understandably anxious, it seems that they're not the only ones.
Can you just tell us when we're time? Is it time?
Once I get the word, I'll just start that word.
I think they're ready to go.
Cancel it.
Just in a hurry, because I'm going to play real soon.
After unveiling his new material to the sellout crowd, Neil brings on the band. Local musician Anthony Breeze is given the first shot at virtual stardom.
A yard glass, yeah, I know, what a stupid thing to bring to a gig. And hopefully it was plastic, not glass. I think that was what concerned me more than anything else.
There's this conspicuously empty yard glass down the front here.
That's an incredible tradition, really, getting so drunk that you throw up and then you start drinking again. Like, I just can't relate to that. I never went through that period. I don't think that many people do. I think that the people that do are the ones who are cajoled by their friends, drunk enough to think that there's some worth in it.
An uninvited stage guest is also given his chance to shine, but his enthusiasm can only carry him so far.
Do that verse again, come on. Do that chorus again. You want to do it one more time? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey now, don't treat it over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come. Feel a war between us. We know they won't win. Possessions are causing this suspicion, but there's no proof. Take it, Anthony, go on. And the ones to die says the water their wine, and the pump on over to the TV place. Hey now, don't you? Hey now. How you feeling now, fellas? Quite Ant?
Well done, guys. That was brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic.
No, it's a good buzz, man.
Absolutely amazing.
Never worked so hard for 5 songs for free in my whole life.
Had a good time?
Oh, great time, yeah.
An absolute blast. It was just heaps of fun. A screaming town hall, you got 2,000 people just going for it.
Yeah, I'm a fairly laconic guy by nature, but I've just been smiling all night long.
That absolutely ruled. That was the best gig I've ever played.
Your mate,
fantastic.
3, 4, 5.
Thanks, Neil.
Spontaneous sort of rock star stuff, you know?
Yeah, extremely cold.
Or who are absolutely and utterly blissed out at the moment, and you don't always get that even from your band, you know, like
that's right,
you know,
yeah.
Your band, everyone's having a
take it for granted.
So every one of them's just like, you know, this is it, we're here. It's really exciting. I toast to all you guys, you did brilliantly well, thank you. It was a great adventure, cheers.
Back in Hamilton, Alana has joined up with her fellow Finn fans to work on a song that is sure to end up on tonight's set list.
Oh, when are you starting?
There's a
Oh,
guy.
now. Yeah, these guys sound really cool.
No,
eh?
they're real good, eh?
Although not part of the orientation circuit, Thai Happy was added to the tour so that Neil could check out the legendary Thai Happy Musicians Club, which is situated under the old Cascade Brewery just off State Highway 1.
Where are we?
Thai Happy Musicians Club.
Can't hear you.
Thai Happy Musicians Club.
That was a whole deal unto itself, Thai Happy. The fact they've even got a musicians club is amazing, really. And, you know, New Zealand, Te Awamutu, where I grew up, is bigger and it didn't have one. At a folk club, mind you.
It's got to be going 60 years or 70 years with the brass bands, and no, it's been going longer than that. I said, Neil asked me beforehand, I said, like our parents used to come here and have this, the swings and that in the 40s, wasn't it, in the 50s rather, so it's definitely been going at least 50 years.
That's club regular and local musician Dan McCartan, who along with bass player Neil Mickelson are well known in the district. In fact, many of you will have heard of their most famous band, or at the very least its distinctive name.
Well, Neil's our famous son. He was in...
a few dodgy bands, a bit of a dodgy background, but I guess what probably the university students in the 80s would remember would be Dagging the Dickheads. Yes, very good.
Do you know, you're just going to sing
The club is also a breeding ground for new talent like 15-year-old Alice Proctor.
My dad's a musician, and he sort of taught me how to sing, and I play a bit with him and stuff. Done a bit of recording and things like that.
I know I'm right for the first time in my life. That's why I tell you, you better be home soon.
All right, now I'd like to welcome to the stage a young girl called Alice who performed very well at Soundcheck today, and she's got a song to sing with me. Where is she now?
Kid on the harmonica, Josh from Ty Happy. Amazing harmonica player, 15-year-old kid. Except that he didn't stop, he obviously never taken into account a singer before. But that was all right, that was good. And it was kind of loose around the edges, as it should be. But people had a big night in Ty Happy, and I enjoyed it. And, Josh on the harmonica. And it was a small town New Zealand, and it had the right feeling, as a small town should have.
Yeah. Neil?
Yeah, it was good, yeah. It was different, though. Musically a little bit more ragged than any of the others, but it was pretty good. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was
had a good time?
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, man, you blew up the storm. That's right.
Josh always starts
You didn't want to stop, did you?
It was great to see the young talent there, though. It was fantastic. The Ty Happy Hill. Everybody looking?
Turn around your back. Glennis.
Good stuff, Murray. Yeah, well played, man.
Thanks, Neil.
Yeah, good game, well played. Did the team win? Did the New Zealand cricket team win that game?
Pretty good. Actually, pretty well.
Yeah. Well, they were looking good to start off. They were 108 for nothing.
As the locals wander home and Neil heads off to his hotel, the crew begin the task of packing out. And with all this big city equipment, this small underground club isn't proving to be the easiest venue to vacate.
But I know that I will one day have you back. And the hills are as soft as a pillow, and the cast a shadow on my bed.
Finally gets to meet Neil, and despite her nerves, she's able to convince him of her vocal talents, even if she doesn't know all the words.
You're not the girl you think you are. No, no. Not his shoes under your bed. Yeah. Take you places in his car that you won't forget. No.
Excuse me, I was wondering if you had a cigarette at all. I forgot the words. That's why I'm smoking now. Oh, I'm not happy, but oh well. Just practice heaps now. Try to remember them for the rehearsal.
Hello, girls. Come here. What's your names?
Heidi.
Heidi?
Bridie.
Bridie. That's a lovely Irish
And
name.
Kirsten.
Kirsten. Bridie and Kirsten. Thank you. They're nice t-shirts.
Yep.
Thin fans. Are they yours?
They are my girls,
Oh,
yes.
excellent.
This is my husband.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank you for the flowers.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
on there too. Hey?
There's a card there too. Oh, right
yeah. Oh, right, there is. Yeah, so I'll have a look. Well, thank you. I'll
That's okay, you don't have to
I'll look
read
for you
it
in the
out.
audience. They'll be no.
Yeah, we're going to be there nice and quickly.
I'll look for the blonde hair in the audience.
Thank you.
It's going to be a big night, eh?
It is.
Oh, that's quite a long card.
It is a long one. You don't have to read it yet.
All right, I'll read it later.
You got pictures?
Peaches? Here.
Homegrown, organic, golden queen freestones.
Thank you very much. Well, I'll look forward to eating those later. Thank you.
No problem.
It's a good...
Otherwise, I'll disappear before you get a chance.
I'm going to just whiz through and try and play with everybody before we start, and or before we do any rehearsals or anything, just to sort of get an idea of what everybody does.
Like most of the prospects, drummer Hayden Lauritsen has a collection that includes Split Ends, Crowded House, and Neil's more recent solo releases.
I play the drums and I'm involved at stuff with my church and stuff, and I was in a band last year, Q Theory. We were in the Rock Quest and we won the regionals here.
That's cool. I'm going to try and work you into a set, no doubt. And I've just got to figure out, sort of hear everybody else and they'll figure out what songs they might be, but we'll talk about it a bit later, yeah?
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
How old are you?
16.
16, man. That's pretty good for 16, man.
I played Jesus here in JC Superstar just before I left Palmerston about 4 years ago, which was great. There's no piano required there.
Peter Pascoe now lives in Melbourne, where he records new age music, while fellow keyboardist Kate Watson has found another career.
I worked in London for about 4 or 5 years with various bands, one called The Laughing Stock. Did all original stuff and we did quite a lot of recording and things. And then I've just done a lot of solo work as well, singing and playing around different places. Yeah, now I'm just a full-time teacher of English, so I'm not doing much music at all.
For Kate, tonight is a chance to revisit her rock and roll past, while for others like John Cobby, this is only the beginning.
Well, I've got a band with my 2 brothers called Evermore. I play guitar and sing in that. My younger brother plays keyboard and Daniel plays drums. It's a rock band basically. And we won the Pepsi Smoke-Free Rock Quest.
Someone with a few more years under his belt is percussionist and drummer Mark Maddell.
Yeah, I've played in a band called Mud Sunfish and a band called Eve and another original band called Swampy.
You just have to really concentrate on not getting ahead of yourself, because we really tend to speed things up. Yeah, a couple of times sound checks were really difficult because I realised I'm going to have to try and work people in that were difficult to work in, and I felt the pressure descend on me. Just near the end it started to feel a little bit like I was losing control, so just keep it steady, and it's the same with you too. You guys should really look Look at each other during that one and just...
I can't hear much bass here. I usually like a lot of bass in
You're not going to get anything you usually get tonight. Tonight's going to be a bag of tricks, you just have to swing with it. That's cool. Generally what I needed to do on this tour was go and have a lie down after the big long sound check and be on my own for a couple of hours, and I came back every time really on the night feeling pretty up for it and confident that it would be okay.
I didn't want to sound precious, I just meant...
No, that's cool.
It helps it.
Yeah, no, it does, yeah, and we can easily give it to you. I just be careful at the end, just lift and rush, but that sounded really nice.
History never repeats. History never repeats. Blah, 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 blah.
While most of the players are locals, some have come from further afield. Bass player David Pitt drove to Palmerston all the way from the Bay of Islands.
You are playing with one of the New Zealand's, if not the world's, one of the, the best songwriters, and you're playing bass right next to him, and it's freaky. It is freaky, but very humbling. Very humbling.
There's a guy called Jared in Palmerston North who sang, was it Palmerston North? He sang Angel's Heap. I think it was in Palmerston North. And he did a beautiful job of Angel's Heap. He sang really, really well. Took his moment. We've come to that time in the evening when you get to meet your own people. They're going to be appearing in stages, on stage, but the very first person I'd like you to welcome to the stage is Jared Kahi.
She's drinking a flagon of beer. I'll never be the same again. Let the black wheels fly over. I took a ride in an angel's heap, and she took me away to where the hills are steep, and she made me come alive in a red vinyl seat. I took a ride.
Jared is another of the players who are at the start of their careers. He fronts an up-and-coming band called Jester in Auckland, which is where local Phil Studley is heading shortly to start his own solo career.
But have you got a pedal or anything you want to use? Or
I got a spare pedal in my drawer.
If you want the ability to be able to switch into some overdrive thing, you can't really rely on the amp too much because it's up to a certain level. It's going to be reasonably clean, I think. Play that again.
Say the words you might regret. I lost before, no, I can't forget. There was a girl I used to know. Well, she dealt my love a savage blow. I was so young, too blind to see. But anyway, that's history. And I say history never repeats. I tell myself before I go to sleep. And there's a light shining in the dark, leading me on towards a change of heart. You say I always play.
In less than 12 hours, this bunch of mostly strangers have become a band. They've played to a packed house, and they've worked with one of the few New Zealand artists who has lived the dream they all share.
Can't wait. History never repeats.
Time is looming, and Alana gets in some last-minute rehearsal.
Take you places that you won't forget.
Are you a mess, Mum? Have you? We're still here. We're still at the audition thing. Yeah. And Dave's playing 2 songs with Neil, yeah. And Dave is playing 2 songs with Neil Finn. Yeah, and I'm doing a duet with him. just me and Neil.
Andrew's a very good piano player.
But before Alana gets her chance, a 14-year-old Mozart fan gets his time in the spotlight.
He was from Cambridge. And he's really, obviously a very, very good piano player, but he'd never played in a band before in his life. And I thought, well, this is going to be tough because as soon as the band starts to play, he won't know what to do. You know, he'll be swamped and too loud. And he was very shy and nervous. And I thought, well, why doesn't he do what he does best, play a piece of classical music, and then we'll find a way of working that into one of my songs. And it worked really well. And I think he had his moment and contributed to the show.
That's all I want. I won't forget. That's a whole lot. I don't go out. Now that you're in, sometimes we shout. That's no problem. I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. You can see my eyes, you can tell that I'm not lying. Look at you, you're a magic.
On the night, people just lifted themselves, and it was an amazing transition sometimes between soundcheck where people were tense, and you know I was tense, and then suddenly on stage, people knew this was it. You know, no time like the present. In fact, no time apart from the present.
Please welcome Lana. She's one of yours. Waikato girl. I presume you are from the Waikato?
Yes, Morrinsville.
Oh, excellent.
You're not the girl you think you are. No, no. They're not as shoes under your bed. Yeah, yeah. You take you places in his car that you won't forget. No. All the people that you know. Yeah, yeah. They turn their heads as you go by. But you'll be hard to recognize with the top down and the wind blowing, blowing, yeah.
He won't deceive you. I'll tell you the truth. Woman, he'll be no trouble. He won't write you letters full of excuses. Come on, leave you have one
in a million.
It's all about will, I think, to make it work. When you've got a bunch of people who need your absolute commitment to and enthusiasm for, then you give it to them. You know, you will them to great heights, and they get there.
The bathroom mirror makes you look tall, but it's all in your head. No, in your head.
He won't deceive you or tell you the truth.
Woman, he'll be no trouble.
He won't write you letters full of excuses.
Come on,
believe you have one
young.
I'll tell you the truth. Come on, believe you have won. You're not the girl you think you are. Ooh, believe you have won. You're not the girl you think you are. Believe you have won. You're not the girl you think you are.
Thank you, Mark. Beautiful.
I'm beside myself.
Are you guys all in bands? And if so, can you name them?
It's probably best we don't do that.
I'll go on.
I'm in a band called the Rubber Duckies. He's in a band called the Rubber Duckies. He plays by himself. An awful lot.
Props for Fuse, Christchurch band.
Oh, you play Fuse?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
What are you playing?
Vahid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Postmortem was the name of our band. Hi, guys.
Bands that maybe people have heard of, possibly Remarkables. Alan Gregg from the bass, the Muttonbirds was come out of that. A band called Polly.
The most well-known one I've been in, well, maybe two. I was in a group called the Back Lawn, not the Front Lawn. That was a comedy quartet. Played on TV a few times. Not to rapturous reception, I have to say. And also a local Dunedin group called Cynthia Should.
I was in a band called Moss first off, and then I'm in a band at the moment called Jester, playing in Auckland. Yeah.
I played in a band in Japan as well, for a year.
Mischiefs, Blanky, Jeff Brady and the Delta Swoon, Frog in the Pocket was a great band. There was Alibi, there was, crikey.
There's Private Eyes, one of the earliest bands and was named Sundance.
Heaps of piano bar work initially, and then a band, long-term band for about 10 years, 12 years. We made main stage of Mountain Rock. That was pretty cool. We did the act there for Dave Dobbin and Co.
What are they called?
Strange Town. Good call, thank you.
What's the band in the 70s? The Tell Laura I Love Her, the big hit in Australia and New Zealand. Neil's claim to fame.
We're trying not to talk about that.
Trying not to talk about that? I saw an album of that the other day.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you didn't buy it either.
Creation.
It was only $1.
Creation.
It was $1 and he didn't buy it.
Creation.
Damn.
I didn't have $1 on me.
Yeah.
I travel light.
Since filming tonight's documentary, Neil Finn has taken his concept a step further, playing 5 sellout shows at Auckland St James Theatre with a band made up of some famous names, including Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam, legendary guitarist Johnny Marr, as well as Radiohead members Ed O'Brien and Phil Selway.